Stephanie Cockrell, Kennedy Hubbard, Lalita Lopez, Sharon Pruitt, and Liz Sanchez. So thank you. And the co-chairs of the committee were Lisa Gamboa and Miranda Williams. And as always, I want to thank my office for really being the folks to get this organized. I want to recognize all of the nominees because this is a big deal. Somebody appreciated you and took the time to nominate you, and that is a big deal and talks about your values. So I'm going to call these out. I probably won't call out your departments because that would take forever, but I'm going to go through. So Celia Baca, Tara Beal, Selena Branch, Kathy Breckenridge, Gail Case, Melissa Chavez, Karita Cook, Sierra Cushing, Patricia Esquivel, Marcia Freeman, Kathy Freese, Latomia French, Cindy Garcia, Dolores Garcia, Elizabeth Hatch, Ashley Hatcher, Bobby Jaramillo, David Jones, Cynthia Layton, Michelle Merrick, Luisa Mariscal, Natalie Martinez, Diana Martinez, Kim Mora, Danette Peavy, Gabrielle Pierre-Louis, or Lewis is how you say it, Louis, Tiffany Rawls, Nancy Reisenhoover, Margaret Seiss, Sky Seago, Jack Srugi, Rose Tafaro Stirk, Greg Trejo, Bridget Wagner-Jones, Ryan Wood, and Amy Wyman. That's a lot of people, and if I didn't quite get your name correct, I deeply apologize. So I want to tell you a little bit about this year's winner, and then we can, they are able to unmute if they want to say anything, Lisa, or are they unable to mute? Or we're not having folks say anything?
No. It's just for you to present.
Okay, great. So we are going to go through this year's winners. Stephanie Chambers. Stephanie is a senior research scientist in the Department of Family and Community Medicine. And one of the things we always do that is incredible is read some of the comments that were submitted. Stephanie's work spans a broad array of health issues from water safety to child brain development, but all of her efforts have the common denominators of promoting health equity, particularly for youth. One area in which she has exemplified compassion is her commitment to promote the voices of youth in research, training, implementation, and policy. She leverages opportunity within projects and learning sessions to improve competencies for junior academics, particularly women, youth, and individuals from underrepresented groups. She goes out of her way to help people, even if that means taking time away from what she is working on to give time to someone else. She has become known across the UNM campus and community for her overdose prevention training and is frequently asked to provide training to special populations. Her body of work demonstrates novel, progressive thinking, and her creative ideas bring energy to all of the teams that she works with. So congratulations, Stephanie. You know, I want to just say too, if folks want to write little notes to people in the chat, since we can't actually be there, we can actually print out the chat and save it and give it to you guys if you want to offer each other congratulations. So let's give Stephanie a big hand. You can do it either in reality or you can hit that little hand thing. Great. Our next winner is Tara Hackle, the program manager in the School of Medicine Research Education Office. Not only is Tara highly intelligent, creative, pleasant, and professional, she is without question a motivated, productive, and dedicated employee. She has demonstrated distinct passion in improving various research education programs in the Research Education Office. She is a tireless advocate for the other staff members in the office. In the midst of all the pandemic upheaval, she organized weekly check-ins with staff members and with faculty directors to keep everyone informed and to efficiently identify and address issues of burnout, conflict, and loss of direction. Tara's efforts in promoting diversity include developing culturally relevant and inclusive programming for students of color, first-generation college students, students from low-income backgrounds, LGBTQ+ students, transgender and diverse students, students who are not U.S. citizens, and students who are English language learners. They are a strong advocate of reporting learner mistreatment. They have developed and maintained relationships with Learning Environment Office, OEO, and University Council to identify learner mistreatment and reporting mechanisms, student grievance, and sanctioning protocol. Tara works tirelessly so those around them feel included, valued, and that they belong. Thank you very much, Tara. Congratulations. All right. David Hansen, Program Manager, Department of Orthopedics, Division of Physical Therapy. There has never been a time that David did not step up and fill a role needed for the PT program. He is dependable, accountable, and has supported both program and mission. David is compassionate. He always has a smile and laugh. One of his favorite things to do is greet incoming interview candidates at the door and welcome them with a big smile and a warm laugh. We need smiles right now. He takes pride in explaining the PT program to potential students. He is compassionate and forgiving and knows how to have hard conversations. Doing the forensic accounting that he is so good at, he noticed some discrepancies that helped some students and not others related to the study abroad. He and other team members changed the allocation of funding to make sure that all students benefited. He directs and runs the PT webpage and Facebook platform. David spent weeks working on creating videos and media for the new webpage platform. He is always there with the camera to capture our students and memorialize their journey. He recycles. He is a conservator of our resources. He helps others in the community without reservation, and he is a chief supporter of our mission to serve. So thank you, David. Congratulations. The next person is Aliyah Hassanali, Accountant 2, Department of Emergency Medicine. Each month during finance meetings, she has the numbers down to the cent and understands and can explain the operations behind the numbers and present the information. This was my favorite, with clarity and humor. Anybody who can do humor and budget is top notch. She's compassionate and a giving individual, and regardless how busy she is, she always finds the time to listen. Aliyah treats everyone with courtesy, consideration, and helpfulness. She continually promotes diversity by engaging with all employees in the department, sharing experiences, different viewpoints, and maintaining positive communication. She always follows through, finds answers to any questions, and reports promptly. She maintains a positive attitude, treats people fairly, cares about others, and builds lasting relationships. She loves and adores her family and volunteers for their school functions and church functions and actively participates in UNM's sustainability efforts. Now, as an accountant, you may think that little creative freedom exists for her, but she commonly comes up with innovative and creative ways of operating her accounts and explaining it with ease. Congratulations. I love that. All right. Charles LeBlanc, Department Administrator, Department of Neurosciences. Charles truly has his finger on the pulse of the department and is usually the first call for faculty. He kindly and patiently directs them to the right resources. One of his strengths is compassion and sensitivity to faculty, staff, and students at all levels. He supports our students, staff, and faculty to find solutions and have an understanding and a compassionate coworker to listen to them and support them while they deal with any specific issues. Charles is a constant voice for inclusion and representation in the department, is very sensitive to issues that immigrants may face in education and work, and encourages open communication and gives them support. One of his greatest strengths is he not only understands how to navigate the system, which he could teach me, but truly appreciates and communicates that these rules are in place to ensure ethical use of limited resources. Charles goes out of his way to ensure the Department of Neuroscience is as green as possible. This initiative ranges directly from things such as purchasing green items, encouraging recycling, making sure department funds are used properly, to his own personal choices. In addition to the excellent work and support he gives the department, he also used his creativity and innovation to develop new ways to foster community and to get our staff, faculty, and students involved in both HSC and community outreach. So Charles, I'm trying to find you. Oh, there you are. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Yay. All right. Kara McKinney, Grant and Contract Administrator, Department of Family and Community Medicine. Kara is a highly skilled grants and contracts administrator and an excellent technical writer. Her compassion is evident in every interaction she has. She was invited to co-write a proposal addressing the Earned Income Tax Credit. They developed a compassionate, innovative frontline health worker model to promote transformative change by assisting low-income families. Promoting diversity is always at the forefront of Kara's thinking and planning. A successful large-scale global learning event demands a diverse representation of the workshop panel and symposium speakers, and she was able to promote diverse speakers and stay true to her commitment to avoid underrepresentation, ensuring diversity was consistent throughout the event. She is a volunteer on the UNM College of Population Health COVID Briefing Task Force. UNM faculty, staff, and students and health professionals volunteer to use their research skills to gather the latest evidence information on COVID-19 research to share weekly with the New Mexico Department of Human Services to help guide decision-making during this pandemic. She has made a one-year commitment to engage in that rewarding opportunity. She also assisted in creating a detailed grant orientation checklist for her department and took it one step further and established a comprehensive new grant orientation kickoff meeting. She invites faculty, researchers, project staff, and department accountants to a, in parentheses, Zoom meeting where she carefully goes through the checklist and identifies the next steps needed to successfully implement a full compliant research project. Thank you so much, Kara, and congratulations. Monica Montoya, Unit Administrator, Department of Internal Medicine. Every task Monica works on, she takes to the next level and has a perfect sense to recognize what the highest priorities are, many of which are not firmly even her regular duties, and she performs them for the benefit of our faculty, our learners, our staff, and more importantly, our patients. Monica is very conscientious in her work and caring to those around her who work directly or indirectly with her. She is compassionate to those going through any difficulty and goes out of her way to assist that individual in whatever manner needed. Her compassion is genuine and is a real asset to UNM. Monica promotes diversity within the workplace by her example of being open-minded and including everyone in the group when coming up with policy for our division. She considers people's backgrounds, gender, race, and where they may be coming from socially, educationally, or culturally to make sure any policy she suggests will make no one feel excluded. She serves as a role model for how to conduct oneself and choose your words to express the frustration you are feeling or the need you have while preserving the relationship and always showing respect to the other individual. She holds herself to a high standard and she delivers. She's helped coordinate events and work with the Navajo Nation, set up a recycle container since there was no official one, and helped with meal ordering while respecting the wishes of members of her department. She is a true team member and one of the people you want on your life raft if you only had to select a few people. She is immensely resourceful and can contribute to discussions that are not in her area of expertise, ask the right questions, and poses suggestions that help with problem solving. Congratulations, Monica. Thank you. Olga Palacios, Senior RN Case Manager, Pediatric Center for Development. Olga demonstrates incredible compassion, generosity, honesty, and reflection in her work with families. She regularly volunteers for any opportunity to build community relationships and help other organizations. She equips herself with education and training to provide quality support to families, but above all, she retains ties to her roots and to the community to not forget that we are all connected. When allowed during the COVID-19 precautions, she has observed distancing precautions to drop off gifts from the program to the clients' doors to remind them that they are not alone. As one of two bilingual Spanish-speaking nurses on the team, Olga makes it possible for nurse-family partnership to serve a more diverse population. She honors all people, languages, and cultures and advocates for all families she supports. Olga demonstrates commitment to promote diversity by intentionally promoting nurse family practitioners at clinics. Even when discussing occasional challenges and working with families, she always maintains a focus on family strengths and growth without complaining. She believes in bringing out the best in people and does this with integrity. Her practice of social responsibility and spirituality go hand in hand for Olga. She never hesitates to help others in need, personally or professionally. She maintains an ethical line while continuing to treat people with warm and caring way, contributing to client retention. Olga has boundless energy and ideas for innovation. She is enthusiastic and optimistic. Olga demonstrates creativity and innovation as she consistently works to create more effective work processes and documentation. Congratulations, Olga. Danette Peavy. I need to take a sip of coffee. Hold on just a second. Danette Peavy, Administrative Coordinator, Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences. Not only is Danette competent, but she is a delight to work with as well. She can be counted on to provide a calm and measured response, even in the most chaotic of times. This has been especially true during the recent pandemic. Danette is often aware of the particular struggles that an individual faculty or staff may be facing before others are, in part, because she is willing to listen to these personal challenges without judgment and with the utmost compassion. Danette has access to important and confidential information about the practice patterns of individual providers, but is diligent in maintaining the information without divulging to anyone, except those without a clear need to know. She is committed to staying true to her familial values. It's evident in her ongoing involvement in her immediate and extended family and community. She is open with staff, faculty, and learners in sharing her customs regarding food and celebrations. When the pandemic first struck and when PPE was in short supply, Danette took to her sewing and produced face masks for coworkers to save other PPE for frontline staff. She provided these to numerous individuals in her department and was adamant that she would take no payment. She has revised a robust system to identify delinquent documentation and notify providers in question. This has led to more timely rectification of the documentation issues, thereby assuring maximal collections. Thank you so much, Danette. Congratulations. Janelle Torres Groover, Education and Outreach Manager, Pediatric Center for Development, and I think this is Developmental Disabilities. Janelle is the program manager for 3 programs, MeVia, Supports Waiver, and the Information Network. They all require accountability to state and federal programs regarding budgets for people with disabilities. She has an ability to take the language of complex government information and make it simpler for her staff and the participants to understand. She cares deeply about the children and the families that we serve. She worries about the families we support and advocates for them. She won't quit until a solution to the problem has been found. She role models this empathy and compassion to her staff team, and they reciprocate with their loyalty to the work. As a program manager, Janelle never ceases to promote diversity and underline the uniqueness and strengths of every individual. She seeks to hire persons representing the diverse cultural and geographical communities of our state, as well as hiring family members of persons with disabilities. She is prepared and organized and sets an example of leadership in the staff. At the helm of her program, she was strong and steady as a rock, and in turn, the staff felt supported and thus able to accomplish great things. Janelle is the first person to organize a food or clothing drive for our community. Every year, she supports veterans who are homeless and leads effort to collect backpacks with essential personal supplies and warm clothing. She encourages emotional well-being, reminding us and giving the staff in her department the resources to take care of themselves. Most importantly, she underlines strength and gives others the tool to improve through encouragement. Thank you so much, Janelle. Congratulations. So, as I read these, I just wanted to say that there's one thing, but then there's 3 other things that are important. The first thing is that you all have incredible knowledge and skills. So thank you for that. That is just important in the day-to-day work. But there are 3 other things that I heard a lot. One was compassion, that every one of you feels strongly and deeply about the work you do, about the clients, the patients, the faculty, the staff, the learners, and each other. And I think that is a huge thing. The second thing is diversity, and you are all leaders in diversity, and we learn from you every day. And I thank you for being really the leaders in that. That's you know, we have a lot of work to do, not just in diversity, but in equity and inclusion and anti-racism. So I thank you all for your leadership in that. And finally, I'm just super impressed with everybody's greenness and recycling. I think that is fantastic. I mean, you know, there's so many things to worry about in our world right now, but I think about, you know, my grandchildren, and I want this earth to be as beautiful for them. And, you know, I don't want them to have to struggle to breathe or anything like that. So thank you all for everything that you do in that regard and undergird. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the mission, because it takes all of us. And if any part of the jigsaw puzzle is missing, it's just not the same. And so thank you for everything that you do for the School of Medicine. I hope you're getting out walking some while you're sitting at home Zooming all day. The world is still beautiful out there. And so I encourage you to do that. Thank you all again very much for your work at the School of Medicine. Dean, did you want to say anything in closing?